Welcome back to NYSE TV Live. Well, last week, Sling Money, which says it wants to build a world where sending and receiving money is effortless, launched its latest solution. In a partnership with Bridge, Sling Money debuted its U.S. and European virtual account solution with the goal of allowing users to receive payments for freelance and project-based workers with the help of blockchain technology. Well, joining me now with more is Mike Hudack. He's the CEO of Sling Money. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here in the studio. And what more can you tell us about this solution?
Well, we believe that everybody in the world should be able to just participate in the financial system, get instant access to dollars and euros wherever they are. This product allows people to create a US dollar account and a European account, get paid as if they're in the US and Europe, but they could be in Indonesia, they could be in Brazil, they could be in Africa. It doesn't really matter. They get stable coins in their wallet, and then they can turn those stable coins into local fiat money if they want, or they can continue to hold in US dollars or euros.
Okay, helpful to know. So walk us through the user experience. You gave us a little bit of a taste there,
Yeah.
but for anyone watching, wondering, how exactly would I interact with this? What can you share?
Well, so you sign up in the app, you complete ID verification, which works in 120 different countries. And then you get a US dollar account number and routing number and a European IBAN. You can just copy and paste those and share them with anyone, or you can set up direct deposit. As soon as you get paid by whoever you shared those account details with, you instantly get stable coins in your wallet. And then you can hold the stable coins if you want to. A lot of people want to do that because their local currency is depreciating against the dollar pretty steadily. Or they can take the money out into M-Pesa in Kenya, or Airtel Money in Uganda, or Pix in Brazil, or it doesn't really matter. Everywhere in the world, we integrate directly with the local payment system. And so a lot of people choose to hold dollars for a long time and then just turn it into local currency as they need it.
So is there a way to quantify just how much easier it might make this for a user?
Yeah, well, I think that, first of all, for a lot of people, this just isn't possible today. Like, you just can't do this. The person who employs you needs to go out of their way in order to find a way to get you local currency wherever you are, or to pay you in stablecoins. So they have to kind of like meet you there. Whereas now, as a freelancer, you can meet them where they are, and they don't have to change their systems at all. So for a lot of people, I think this is just unlocking an entirely new earning opportunity. Maybe in some countries there is an alternative, but it'll charge 3 or 4% or 5% or something like that. I think the average actually is as much as 8% in a bunch of places. We're charging 0.1% for this. It's practically free. And this is what stablecoins enable, I think, which is like wherever you are in the world, if you're smart and you want to do stuff online, you can just, you can participate, you can do it.
Where do you want to take your company?
Oh man, I mean, we want to build the world's first billion user financial product. It's kind of wild that doesn't exist today. I think stablecoins make it possible. Stablecoins do for money what the internet has done for photos and video and text, and we think it's really normal that you would have a billion user, 2 billion user social media company. I think that's going to be true for money as well.
Interesting. And for our viewers who are watching, wondering, how is this going to save me money? I'm not earning interest on this. What's your response to them?
Well, I think that for a lot of people in the world, the amount of interest that they can earn on the balances that they hold is less important than the transaction fees that they pay. So even going from like the US to Europe, we're 80% cheaper than the next cheapest alternative. For going into Africa, 90%, 95% cheaper going into LATAM. And then if you look at the way that dollars behave against local currency in a lot of the world, the depreciation that you experience when you're holding local currency compared to the amount of yield that you can get in terms of interest, it just dwarfs it. We're talking 10, 20, 30% per year instead of, maybe you're getting 4% yield or something like that. I think over time there will be more and more interest generating opportunities on stablecoins as well. For sure, some already exist, there will be more. But I think that's like less important than really fast, really easy, really inexpensive transactions That, I think, is a thing that people really need, along with, protection against currency depreciation.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that, the currency depreciation, as
Yeah.
you've mentioned now here several times. Amid this environment, right, it's a volatile market. There
For
are
sure.
a ton of trades happening here, physically, stocks changing
Yeah.
hands at the stock
Yeah.
exchange, but also obviously changes in trade policy.
Yeah.
And that's coming out of the White House, really led by President Donald Trump. So how can a product like yours help people navigate in this particular environment?
Yeah, well, depending on where you live, I think there are like a lot of people who have been exposed to really wild currency fluctuations over the course of the last few years, which has really significantly affected their earning power. Less so in the US and Europe perhaps, but pretty much everywhere else in the world. And so the ability to get access to more stable currencies, dollars, euros, I think over time there'll be high quality stable coins in every G7 currency, really. I think that can be really transformative for them. They can hold something which is more stable than their local currency, and then they can just access local currency when they need it. And the reality is that I think that what's going to happen over a longer period of time is all of this is just going to move on to blockchains, and you're going to get access wherever you live to every financial instrument that exists in the world. Like the borders around financial instruments are just going to disappear over time. It's important to do that in a way which is really user-friendly, in a way which is compliant, but everyone in the world is going to have access to every financial instrument, and that's going to transform their daily economic experience.
Mike Hudack, he's the CEO of Sling Money, joining me in person here at the stock exchange. Mike, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.